What's up, guys? This is Chris from Honest Outlaw here, and today we've got something pretty cool for you. We're going to be shooting the P30S V3. I've had a P30 on the channel before here. It was the P30L, the same gun that John Wick used in the original John Wick, and I love that gun. But I saw this one at my local shop, and I figured, why not? This is actually the shorter version of the P30, the standard version, I should say. And it has the V3 trigger system in it, which is pretty sweet as well. This one here has the manual safety on either side. Some people like that. Some people prefer the decocker. I'm really indifferent. Whichever one is more comfortable to use, I'm usually all in on. This one is not the LEM trigger like my previous P30, which is basically double action only. This one is single action and double action, so double to single action, like your standard CZs and stuff like that, which I usually prefer. This one has the paddle mag release, and it is, as I said, a double single action 9mm pistol with a 4-inch barrel and a full-size grip. So kind of a Glock 45-ish overall size, except in double action and made by HK. Got a Picatinny rail here, spot for your finger, awesome little undercut, and if you're not familiar with the paddle release, it's actually ambi, so you can use it on both sides with either your index finger or your thumb. P30 comes with one of the best grips in the game. Not only does it have adjustable back straps, but it also has side panels as well, so you can make the grip pretty much as big or small as you need to. The only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't adjust the overall finger length, so that can be a bit of an issue. Stuff like Glock and stuff like that does address that, so it really depends on what you're after. Comes with light gathering, I don't even know how to say that word, iridescent night sights, and well, they're not night sights, I should say. So they're not going to be tritium or anything like that, but they will gather light out in the day, and then when you use them in dark areas, they will be illuminated, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like a budget version of night sights. HK has been doing that for a really long time. It's got rear serrations, it's got front serrations, and both are very usable, partly because of the chunky slide the P30 uses. Allows you to get a ton of real estate on the gun and operate the gun in adverse conditions, and that's what HK is really all about. HK overbuilds all their guns, including this one. They have extreme reliability even in adverse conditions. HK is a military producer at the end of the day. They produce military firearms for militaries across the world, and they do that relatively well. The civilian market's always been secondary to them, so they build these things pretty bomb-proof. That way you don't have to worry about it. You can drop these off a bridge, whatever you want to do, fire them when they're wet, shoot them in sand, all that fun stuff, and they work really well. The P30 series is one of the most tested firearms on the market and exceeds most expectations. The issues that I have with the P30 is not reliability, durability, or build quality. It's usually the trigger, so I'll be interested to see what the double single action trigger on the standard P30 does. That being said, there's lots of awesome companies that do trigger jobs for these, but we'll have to see how awesome the trigger is when we go out and shoot it. I got this gun for around $600, and if you're a collector like me, this is a pretty good piece to have in your collection, and overall it's got a lot of history, which makes it really cool. Any HK gun, any HK pistol is really cool to me personally. It comes with two 17-round magazines, however more are easily available. I wish it came with 3 or even 4, but it is what it is. Before we go down the range, I want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. Because of you guys, this gun is in my hands. Bought this gun with the Patreon dollars at my local store, and I appreciate that very much. If you want to help, all you got to do is go down to the link in the description, sign up, and you'll be a part of the exclusive content and all that cool stuff we got going on over there. Also, I want to mention a local shelter in Ames, Iowa. It's the YSS. It's a youth shelter, and it'd just be really awesome if you would go down, click the donate link in the description, and donate. All right, so the kind of cool thing about the P30 is that you have the ability to have not only double strike capability with the double action, but you can carry it double action if you want, just like this, and that's good for appendix carry, stuff like that, protect the old junk with a little extra level of protection. But you can also carry it cocked and locked if you like as well. And the P30 is kind of weird, whereas a lot of guns you have to choose a safety or a decocker, but it actually has the decocker on the back here, which I kind of forgot about. And I've never used before, I've just heard about it on the internet. So all you do is press down and then you can decock the pistol safely. So if you're carrying it cocked and locked and you come home at night, you want to unload the gun, then you can decock the pistol and be a little bit safer about it than the standard method, which is kind of stick your thumb in the way and lower it. I'm really used to that method because I do that with my Shadow 2 in competition, but yeah, you can do it both ways. You can lower it with your thumb, or you can hit the decocker there, which is pretty sweet. That being said, let's shoot it at 75 yards here. This is the first time I've ever shot this gun, so hopefully we'll hit some stuff. Or not. We're way off. We're gonna go up close and print.
Okay.
All right, we couldn't hit anything from 75 yards, so we're back up here about 35 yards, and we're gonna throw a group down on one of those half-sized IPSC targets, because they're all freshly painted. So just kind of see what kind of group we're getting, where we're going, and I'll aim for the little bolt that holds the target on. That way I'll have kind of an aiming spot so you can see where the group actually sits. Oh boy, I missed that thing. Missed it again. Missed it again. I can't even hit this target from 35 yards, which is really, I mean, I can hit with like a Taurus subcompact at this distance, so this thing kind of sucks.
Not going so well.
No. All right, now we're at 25 yards. We'll move up a little bit more, and we'll try to lay down a group on my MOA target down there, which has got like a little 4-inch circle, 6-inch circle in the middle there, and we'll just try to aim for that. All right, let's go take a look at the group. All right, so here's where I was aiming, right? And here's where I hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right there. Now low left, that is almost always trigger control, right? So what I'm doing is I'm most likely, since the gun has very little texture on it, most likely what I'm doing, we'll unload the gun, show clear, is I am pressing down on the trigger, and since the trigger is so long and heavy, pressing down on the trigger, and since the trigger is so long and heavy, what I'm doing is probably when it breaks, I'm probably pushing the gun to the left a little bit. A lot of times you can fix that with your support hand. However, the gun is so slick, there's no spot for my thumb, there's no spot for my hand really. So I don't have a lot of space to get an iron grip on it. I don't have a lot of texture to get some grip on it. And then I have a really bad trigger as well to work with. So that is the type of accuracy we're getting. I'm gonna probably do a little bit better the next time I shoot it. We'll go back there, try it again. And knowing that, I'll really focus on that trigger control, and we'll see if we can diddle right in the middle a few times. Go on a new target, that way we have a new group. All right, that's 4. Let's go take a look at those. Alright, so that's better. You can see here I'm still low and left. I was aiming at the center of this. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. That 4th one I pulled. I could feel that. It's just not the easiest gun in the world to shoot. It feels like it's got really good ergonomics. The issue is that when I am riding on the safety here, that hurts my thumb under recoil. You can see there, look at that. Sorry. The issue is that when I'm shooting this gun, you can see there that big indent in my thumb right there. That's what happens when you install a safety on a gun that initially probably didn't have a safety, and some versions do, some versions don't. It looks like it's kind of glued on there, right? And that big rim there smokes you every single time you shoot. So if you can't shoot riding the safety, you have to then put your thumb under the safety. And because I have such big hands, then I don't have good enough room for grip. So I end up riding the safety, using that as a recoil device, but adversely it kind of smokes my thumb every single time I shoot it. This is not my favorite gun, but we'll keep shooting it. I'm out.
Time for me to reload.
We'll try them at a little concealed carry distance of 10 yards here. Well, it prints them where you want. It's certainly still an effective gun. Are there faster guns? Yes. Are there lower recoiling guns? Yes. Are there guns with better triggers? Oh yeah.
Going way out in the boonies over here?
Yeah, we'll try it again a little 50 yards-ish or so. Now that I'm getting the hang of it. Man, so low and left, I'm barely even hitting that IPSC target. The trigger on this is god-awful. And the safety just gets in my way. I hate this safety. I'd rip this thing off if I could. Oh boy. If it's between this and the P30L with the LEM trigger, my previous P30, go with the LEM trigger.
Ooh, I gotta back up.
Yeah.
I just got fragged so bad it made me want to puke.
Oh, we're a little
bit.
close, yeah. You're not doing too bad at 10 yards.
It's true. Where's the...
It's the paddle.
I don't like that.
What do you think?
It doesn't bother me.
Fair enough.
Also, look. I know what the little pocket in your jeans is for. It's for mags. Is this fine?
Yeah, it's perfect. We're about 30 yards.
Oh, man.
It's okay. You're gonna be fine. Slow down. There you go.
I guess I don't mind it. I didn't try it like super far away like you did, but
Right.
the trigger is difficult to get used to. I found, just like you were saying, that I was pulling it. So I just kept my finger on the right side of it.
Yeah, it might have something to do with the fact that you have hands that might fit that gun too.
Could be.
One of the issues with having the big old long fingers is that I have a tendency to push to the left. And if I don't have a back strap or something to kind of increase the grip circumference around where your hand goes, I have some issues. Put your hand there again. I mean, that's a pretty good fit for you.
Also, this is my desired texturing.
Right.
So, I mean, also I love green sights and you don't.
That's true.
So maybe this one's just more designed for me.
Maybe.
Not as much for you.
I mean, the VP9 has those ergonomics, has those sights, and I shoot that amazing.
That's true.
The only difference between it is the trigger. So
Could be.
I think I just don't like the trigger. That, and maybe I'm a little more critical of guns because I'm looking to get some really serious performance out of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you can get serious performance out of them.
Well, so can you.
Always. Well,
but like, I'm trying to compare it, you know, milliseconds to other guns that I've shot up close and at distance.
Sure. Well, that makes sense.
Right. All right, first impressions of the P30. The P30 is a double single action pistol, which traditionally I generally like. The problem I have with it is, well, let's get to the problem last. Let's get to the good stuff first. So the good stuff is it looks really cool. It feels very ergonomic in the hand if you're not shooting it. The serrations work really well. It has all the awesome military cool shit that you would want on it from like an heirloom pistol, which is really nice. The double single action design I like a lot. It gives you opportunities to flex into different things, right? So you can use the double action for concealed carry, and if you wanted to take an accurate shot, you can switch in a single action, have that crisper trigger pull. It also allows you a decocker there and a safety, so you can pretty much carry it in any configuration that you could ever think of. It also has the grip inserts and back straps, which are pretty sweet. However, it doesn't do me a whole lot of good for the grip reach. The paddle magazine release is awesome for left-handers and right-handers alike, giving a lot of diversity in the people that could buy this gun, which I think was obviously done on purpose. If it's issued in a military sense, you don't really have an opportunity to pick a different gun. You just get whatever gun you get, so making it very modular and adaptable was a really smart idea on HK's part. That being said, there's a few things I don't like. One of those is going to be the sights. I don't love the sights. My wife obviously liked them. You like the green, so maybe that helps you a little bit better. I would prefer a red fiber optic and a blacked out rear, or just traditional night sights would have been fine as well. I really, really don't like the trigger. I thought I'd like the double action, single action trigger on the P30 more than I like the LEM version, but I can see now why the LEM version is so sought after, because it's definitely better. The LEM is like a double action trigger pull that is better than the single action on the original HK P30. This trigger's trash. It's one of the worst triggers I've ever felt in my life. I have to assume that is for bomb-proof durability, so it will work in all types of ammo. If you have hard primers, things like that, you're gonna need a heavier trigger for them to function. So I get why they did it, and I get why it is the way it is, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. So what I mean by that is if you're looking for a military pistol, this is a great option. If you're looking for a civilian concealed carry pistol or Plinken pistol or anything like that, there are way better options. I mean, you're looking at the CZ P10C, which is more ergonomic, lower recoil, same amount of rounds, less money, way better trigger, way more accurate. The Canik SFX, the Elite series, I mean, you're talking half price compared to this gun, way better gun for a civilian. Glock M&P, the VP9. I mean, if I gave this to somebody that hadn't shot pistols before, holy crap, you know, the VP9 would be way better off. VP9 is one of the best triggers of any striker fired gun, significantly better than this gun, and all the same ergonomics otherwise, other than the last thing, which I absolutely can't stand, which is this safety. If I were going to keep this gun, which I'm not, I would figure out a way to get rid of that safety. I hate that safety so much. It bumped me every single time I shot, made the whole shooting experience completely uncomfortable and not very much fun. I've had this gun for about a month now, and I was looking forward to shooting it and doing a video, and I couldn't have been more disappointed. Part of that might have been high expectations. I love the P30L. I like the VP9. And I assumed this would go right along with those, and I would shoot this really well, and I'd have a lot of fun. However, I didn't like the recoil and pulse. I didn't like the feel of the gun when I shot it. I didn't like the trigger pull, and I wasn't accurate with it, which just made the shooting experience not that much fun. That being said, it's extremely reliable. Other people can get good accuracy out of it, and it is available, and it's a proven design. So if you want to carry this gun, don't listen to me. Carry the gun. If you can hit with it and you like the way it shoots, by all means get it. Objectively, my problem with the gun is all personal bias. So if that doesn't include you, like my wife shot it and she really liked it, by all means carry the gun, like the gun. However, I feel like in 2021, there are dozens of better options, and I think maybe the P30, better left in the past. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.
Guys, this is
It's not on yet. All right, go.
What's up, guys? This is Mrs. Honest Outlaw here, and today I'm telling you my impressions of whatever this is.
That's the HK P30 S V3.
Whatever he just said. So, I have very different personal opinions about firearms than the Outlaw, because I am smaller. I have smaller hands, I have nails on, I like different things. So I'm just gonna real quick give you my first impressions of this black gun that looks like every other black gun I've ever seen. First of all, I like green sights. That helped me out a lot. I like less aggressive texture than the Outlaw does, so this texture and these grips are fine for me. One thing I don't like is the paddle safety, because it's not very, the paddle release, because it's not very intuitive for me. It's easy to figure out, but why figure something out when you can just use something that you know how to use? And then I don't like the trigger very much. I'm not really sure why, it just doesn't feel very good to me, so these are my first impressions.
You did a great job, that was very detailed.
I'm glad. I'm not taking your job.